The B Plus is growing, and we want you to be a part of it. So if you have an idea for a podcast, or if you want to write reviews for shows, whether that's WWE, New Japan, local shows especially, we have a big focus on Aussie Graps here. So if you go out to shows in Melbourne, we specifically need people in New Zealand, Tasmania, and Queensland. If you go out to shows in those areas, please let us know. We would love to hear from you. We would love to work with you. If you have a passion for wrestling and you want to write about anything wrestling, it can be anything. It can be listicles, it can be in-depth articles, opinion pieces, show reviews, whatever you want to do. If it's wrestling, it's fair game. Shoot us a message or send an email to thebplus@unchained.media. That's thebplus@unchained.media. Let us know what you want to do, and we'll get back to you, and we'll work something out, because the B Plus is growing, and we want to grow the B Plus family. Now, on with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
Hold one, Andre.
You're not good at this. Get out. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon.
You just made the list.
Sorry, no speak English.
Dummy. Goodbye and good night. Hold two, on bar.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Dummy.
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
Hold three, the moss covered, three-handle family gradunzel.
Mamma mia!
And now,
Unchained.media presents the B Plus Podcast with your host, Greg Unchained.
It's me, Austin. It was me all along, Austin.
number four, armbar.
I will never retire.
I still got 200 more. I got 200 more holes to list.
Well, g'day B Plus players, it's your favourite host here, BigBoy Mikey, and let me welcome you all to another episode of the B Plus Podcast. You know it is Monday, and I know you all know what that means. It's time to step right into the zone, the Impact Zone. I am here filling in for Greg once more as the host for the Impact Zone, as old cowboy Greg is tied up with family commitments. But do not fear, I am not alone. I am, of course, joined by the most impactful player, Regular J. How are we, mate?
Good, mate. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. How's that intro, Greg? Boom.
He's going to be very impressed.
Well, impress is not the right word for freaking Impact this week, right?
Don't get me started. I was not impressed whatsoever. I was not.
I would not be surprised if this was the final hour of Impact ever. Because
They've named it well.
It was rough. Yeah, they named it well. What a rough episode. This is going to be real quick. So it's probably going to be probably the shortest podcast we've ever done, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't know if we're going to find much that we're going to disagree on, because I think it's going to be mostly pretty rough. So.
Yeah, we're going to go back to Greg's most hated thing between us two, and that's agreeing on stuff.
Hey, look, I might change up when we get to Fala Bar, because I love Fala Bar this week, to be fair. Still no mention of Austin Aries as we're going into a new episode. I know there's rumors out there that it's a work and all this, blah, blah, blah. But still, Impact aren't mentioning him.
I think that's because this was the final set of tapings for this. Austin Aries didn't kill, so he may be in the next set.
Right, yes.
Maybe.
Yes. Yeah, we'll see, because they're in Vegas again next week, aren't they?
Yes, and they start a new set of recordings. So he may be on the next couple. I'm sure we'll find out, because it'll be big news in the dirt sheets. So spoilers will happen.
Absolutely. So, but we did get the first matchup straight off the bat was the Penta and Phoenix against the OGs. Actually, considering the rest of the card, this was actually a decent opener for me. All four of these guys have good chemistry against each other. Hernandez is obviously the sloppier of the four, but I could watch Homicide and Pentagon go one-on-one every day of the week.
Yeah.
Homicide and Pentagon are very similar.
Phoenix and Pentagon impressed me, but the OGs, yeah. I just didn't get the feeling of the chemistry there.
No, that's fair enough. Look, for me, I think I was touching on it last week with, I do love the original OGs, LAX.
Yes,
with,
I'll agree with that.
Hernandez and Homicide, but Hernandez has always been the weaker of the two. I'm not like he's a bit sloppier. He always was. Homicide's a lot cleaner. Homicide's the masterless version of Pentagon in a way. Like, does his moves well, clean, has a great character with him. Like, he's got that great, just that dickhead sort of character. I like that with him. However, Hernandez is a little bit sloppy, but they work well together. As you know, I'm a bit more of an OGs fan than I am of current LAX. So Santana and Ortiz are great wrestlers. Don't get me wrong, but I just love the originals. This is just Pentagon and Phoenix just doing what they do the best. They need to use them as a tag team. If they're not going to put Penta in the main event, we talked about it last week. If they're not going to put him in the main event, put the tag straps on him.
Yeah, I feel as if they can rejuvenate the tag division as well.
Yeah,
which is what Impact need at the moment.
Yeah, exactly right. And then we dive into Jordan Grace with her debut. I've been very excited about this because I'm a Jordan Grace fan, and she didn't disappoint here. Quite decent. I was in two minds about the girl that they gave her as a debut. It's not like she was a brand new jobber type person. It's actually someone that's been around for quite a while. Did you know who Katarina was? Like, have you seen her in the past?
Yeah, she's been doing a feud with Grado and
she was
Joe Henry.
Yeah, well, she was an ex WWE diva. Yeah,
and she's a former Knockouts champion as well.
Okay, yeah.
I agree with you on this one in the fact that she should have been versing a jobber because we didn't get to see her strength that much.
No, right, because it's Katarina. It's Katarina these days. I keep going to say Winter, but Katarina, she's quite a tall girl. Like, she's got that height like a Madison Eagles. So having someone who's built as a powerhouse, and Don Callis called it perfectly. I've been thinking about it for like a year since I've
and that's it.
Grace. I'm like, who does she remind me of? She's a female Rhino. And when Callis called that, I was like, oh my god, that's exactly what I've been looking for the last year. So it's like Rhino debuting against Test in a weird way, or Rhino debuting against a Big Cass or something like that. It's just, he's going to look dominant, but you kind of wanted it to be someone against someone that's smaller, like one half of the Beach Boys or whatever they called last week, something like that. A female version of that. Like, surely there's someone in Shine or someone that could have just grabbed for one taping. But anyway, I loved her debut here. Loved her using the bear hug at the end. It's a solid bear hug.
Yeah, I just feel the power just needs to be showcased a bit more in her debut, considering that's what she uses a lot. So
you are right.
Yeah, they should have just got into jobber.
Yeah, Katarina was the wrong opposition, but that's not on Jordan Grace's fault. That's booking fault from. It is a silly booking decision, but Grace still come out of it looking good. I'm sure her second opponent will be squashed as well, whoever it is. So, and then speaking of power, we get the male power in Brian Cage taking on Sami Callihan.
Yeah, Rockstar Pro.
Yeah, Rockstar Pro. And they use the term bingo hall. Impact should not be using the word bingo hall. There's only one wrestling promotion in the world that's allowed to use bingo hall, and that's WWE, because everyone else has used a bingo hall in their past. So, don't know why they threw that little word in. It's like, come on, Impact. It's like, I love you, but you're not exactly that far off from being in bingo halls. But And the weird thing is, like, the crowd of Rockstar Pro kind of looked like the crowd was almost the same as what Impact had in their television taping. So it's like, well, if you're going to call that a bingo hall, the crowd size are kind of the same. But this, I didn't enjoy this. I love Cage. Can't wait to see him here in a couple of weeks in Sydney. I love Sammy Callahan, but I didn't like this. I don't know. What did you think?
Yeah, it was sort of a way to build the feud a bit more. Just being in Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble with this word again. 2 weeks in a row. Yes.
Ohio.
That's it was just a way of like just building Callahan a bit more, I believe, and building the feud a bit more.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, building this Ohio versus everyone thing. Yeah, I wonder where they're going with. Like, I know they had this towards the end. They had the wrestlers come in, including Dave and Jake, coming in and all take out Cage. Yeah, whether they go with this, like whether Impact start working with a company like this and make it. This is a way to bring in some younger guys. So
yeah, possibly.
Potentially a smart idea.
Or build like
a new little state, like a bigger stable.
Build like an invasion angle. Possibly.
Yeah.
Between Rockstar Pro. Impact have a lot of Rockstar Pro guys come in and attack Brian Cage at every chance they get.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it works. I mean, Major League Wrestling are using All Action Wrestling from Chicago, and like even WWE using friggin' Evolve. So, work with these smaller companies, like not that Evolve's a smaller company like those guys, but work with the smaller name companies and use those talents. Like, there is so much talent out of the independent scene in America that is getting overlooked a bit, like, which is crazy to say because, America shouldn't get overlooked in anything because there's so many, but there is so many promotions with so many wrestlers, and everyone's like, oh, when WWE take these wrestlers or Impact take these wrestlers, the independent scene's gonna dry up. It's like no. Like it's never gonna die out. There's a rotating. WWE is gonna release guys. Those guys released are gonna go back into the independent promotions, train new younger guys to come up. So it's going to be an ever-ending cycle. So use guys from companies like Rockstar Pro or whatever. So I think Impact are doing the right thing by cross-promoting there, whether it's only just a couple of week thing but yeah, it's good to see. Then we get the Moose and Eddie Edwards match.
It started off slow, but then it turned out good. This was a match of the night for me.
Yeah, probably this part of the opener, but that's just because how good Penta and Phoenix are. They make anything look. They could wrestle a bloody broomstick and it'd be the match of the night. But I'll tell you what I'm loving. I love Moose as a heel.
Yeah.
I really like Moose as a heel.
Much better.
Moose, for me, is probably the best big guy that is in pro wrestling. Like, not best pro in the whole industry, but out of all the heels, I reckon he's the most entertaining big guy. Like, I don't want to compare him to Bobby Lashley because I don't want the people to think I'm comparing two black guys or anything. But Moose and Bobby Lashley are both heels at the moment in their respective companies, alongside like a Drew McIntyre or in New Japan you got a couple of bigger guys like Fale and that on that heel side. Moose just plays the heel really well, and he's got that really good size. I reckon WWE would lap him up in a heartbeat.
100% being the next NFL man as well.
Oh yeah, imagine what they could do with that. Moose versus Corbin, next NFL guys.
Yeah. Moose versus Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. No, we don't want to go there. I already pissed off the whole Indian audience last week. So
and the Mexicans.
Oh, and the Mexicans. I do love Mexicans. No. But yeah, like you said, it did start off slow, but yeah, got really good at the end, and Moose just looked dominating at the end. Like, even after that powerbomb, like hitting that spear, yeah, just he does look really powerful at the moment. And I wonder if Moose is the type of guy that
he's not as stale as he was the face.
No.
Well,
I wonder if they strap if Impact do strap a rocket to him and take him to the top and give him a bit of a title run because I think he'd actually be quite decent at the top of the card.
Yeah, well, I could do that. Like he didn't really like after that feud with Austin Aries. He obviously took time off.
Yeah,
didn't win the title. Took time off. Now he's back. So maybe.
Yeah.
I could see him as a good heel world champ.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd be quite dominating. Like Killer Cross is, just as good as a big guy. Like I absolutely love Killer Cross, but he's still young. Still got a lot to go.
Yeah, he doesn't need the title yet.
No.
Okay.
No. I wish there was and I'm very happy that they simplified the titles back to 4. That they got the World, X Division, Tag, and Women's knockouts. But I do still think they need that just one more mid-card title there.
Yeah, well, they did have that grand title. But
yeah,
that was a waste of time.
They just need a TV title. Like I don't know why they can't just create a TV title these days or internet title or something these days. Because you want the world title to be only defended on special occasions. You want tag titles and X Division and knockouts to be defended on most major shows. And then if you had a TV title that was defended once every 2 weeks or something on TV, it gives those guys in the mid-card...
Well, I even reckon you have an internet title and you get the fans to vote on who you want facing the champion.
Yeah, right. Because they got a relationship with Twitch, don't they? Impact, they're sponsored by...
Yeah.
Working with...
Yeah, they do.
Working with Twitch. Call it the Twitch...
Chuck up a poll on Twitch.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
exactly right. But because the reason I just touched on that is because I think Killer Cross would be a great mid-card champion right now, but just I don't think I could see him at the main event, but Moose would be good at the main event. Got off track there a little bit, but it was a decent match. Got better towards the end.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
100 episodes. We made it. We made it to 100 episodes, and what better way to celebrate than by sharing Threadbox with all the B+ players across Australia. Threadbox is a subscription service for men that brings you a personalized shopping and stylist experience for any budget. You get direct email access to a personalized stylist who builds out a style profile for you and sends you all the clothes you need. So if you need singlets this month, you're going to get singlets. If you need belts this month, you're going to get belts. You let them know and they're going to send that out to you. There are multiple packages available and you always get more worth than you pay for because Threadbox know all the best brands. CJ and I both got deliveries this month, and amongst our new threads were KSCY, Offends, Cheap Monday, NXP, and more. So you can check out our unboxing videos on the Facebook page, or if you go to threadbox.com.au, you can check out past packages that they've sent out there. We believe in Threadbox because Threadbox want to help us, you, and men everywhere look better without all the bother of having to shop. In as low a price as $40, what more can you ask for? You're going to get more value than you pay for. Just for our fans, if you put in the code the B+15 at checkout, you're going to get 15% off your first box. Head to threadbox.com.au and use the code the B+15 to get your box today.
Then we got this Joseph Park Drake thing. How are you feeling about this? I love Eli Drake, but God, I can't stand the Joseph Park character.
I think they're actually going from Joseph Park to Abyss.
Yeah, that's obviously coming, but which that would be better. The less I see of this Joseph Park, he looks like the guy out of Penn and Teller. Like he literally looks like a bloody like a magician. Like he's
played up perfect. That is actually a perfect description.
Yeah. He's. I don't know, he does not come across as a lawyer whatsoever. It's,
I'm the magician. My name is Joseph Park, and I am the magician lawyer.
Even the name Joseph Park screams a magician. Just sounds like he's a magician. But, the whole reference to his brother, Abyss, it's like, are we still playing that? Like,
yeah.
Isn't Joseph Park character about 6 years old now, 5 years old?
I don't know why he doesn't come out and identifies himself as a magician, lawyer, monster. Like, he had split personality. Like, just do that, buddy. Everyone else is doing it.
Yeah.
Like I identify as a bottle of moisturizer. So
well, we won't go there with what you're doing with the moisturizer, mate. But
no. I identify as moisturizer, so I am moisturizer. Since everyone else can do it, why can't I?
Yeah.
Joseph Park and I identify as a lawyer.
Yeah. I identify myself as a Big Mac, but there you go. No, but yeah, look decent. Like Eli Drake is obviously carrying this feud right now. If you get this whole storyline, if we get the proper Abyss character into this, I'll be happy off it.
I think that's where they'll be heading.
Yeah, then we got the continuation of the Ali is possessed angle. I'm starting to not get into the storyline. I still think it's kind of weird, but it's a little bit too cheesy for me. But it's a little bit Lucha Underground. It's like I love Lucha Underground, but it's like leave that stuff for Lucha Underground.
Yeah,
they do it best.
See where they're going with this angle. I think Rosemary's going to eventually return, and obviously Ali's going to be on Su Young's side.
Yeah,
and it'll be Rosemary that has to save Ali.
Yeah,
from the spell. So
imagine that being a thing. I love James Mitchell. God, he's gotten creepier as he gets older.
Yeah,
like
he's like one of those perverted old men.
Yeah, like he was scary when I was younger. Like when he was in, because he was actually weirdly enough a TNA original. Technically, he was around first couple of weeks of TNA. He was in he ran a stable with like CM Punk and Raven and Mickey James and that back in the old days. So he's always been quite creepy. But God, as he gets older and his hair gets bolder and bolder, he's more terrifying. Don't know how you get more terrifying than that, but yeah, I like James Mitchell as part of this. He's got a good character.
Yeah, it's gonna be this angle's developing very slow because these guys have been feuding for I've been back in Impact for about 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah,
and they've been feuding since then. So
yeah,
it's been a very patient build.
Yeah. But hey, let's touch on our favourite girl of the week, Scarlett Bordeaux. It was a simpler segment, funnier. Yeah. I do love my Falaba.
Yeah.
Falaba's facials with her were just amazing.
Bah.
I just love Falaba.
I wonder if Greg is Greg enrolled in bar class yet?
Oh, he better be. No, he's probably still crying over the revival class. Me and Greg are feuding because I said the Revival suck and I don't care if they get buried. They are the worst. They are seriously, if they got released tomorrow, no one would remember them.
Let's piss off the editor. Yeah. Wait, Greg, the Revival suck.
Yeah. Fuck the
Revival.
What,
Mikey? I'm going to edit you to make you sound like a fuckwit.
I love that just like, even with CJ or on my own or with you, there's always a little pot shot at Greg on every cast. It just needs to be.
It's just so when he's editing, he goes back and listens to it, and he's like, "You bastards!"
I'm happy to spend an extra minute or two taking stabs at Greg. But anyway,
he knows we love him.
Yeah, we do. We love you, Grego, Cowboy Greg. But yeah, no, like I Scarlett Bordeaux was actually better this week. She wasn't as cheesy as last week with...
I think Scarlett Bordeaux and Falaba and KM have good chemistry together. Because they've done a few angles together, and they always seem good.
And so now, there's a little teaser of go out and get me something. So I don't know what they aim to be.
In Vegas.
In Vegas, talking about brothels and stuff like that. Like when she said, Vegas, it's the home of the gambling and then the brothels. I was like, righto. I don't know if you're meant to say go that far. You could have gone like adult entertainment or something and then just drop the word brothels. I'm like, okay. I'm like, where are you going with this? I'm like, what the hell? No, I do like where this is going. I got a little bit weird last week. That's probably because of the Desi Hit Squad kind of made it more creepier than not creepier, but they made it, they just made it weirder.
Is that a shot at our Indian audience again?
No. Happy Diwali.
You're aiming to piss off another audience for the second week in a row.
I'm sorry to all my Indian audience. I feel horrible now, but no. No, but I do love my Falaba. Where's Falaba from? Is he Filipino?
He is Filipino.
Yeah. Well, hey, I love my Falaba, so...
I remember when me and Greg first talked about Falaba. He's like, I should like Falaba. My missus is Filipino, and I do not like Falaba, and he's Filipino.
Okay, I've just done some research, just quick little research. He was born in Bloomfield, New Jersey, but yeah, he's got a Filipino background. But yeah, well, there you go. I do love Falaba, so shout out to our Filipino audience. I'm on Team Philippines. Just not in basketball. Yeah. When you go nuts on our boomers, you kind of turn here there. But yeah, this has gone way off back. We needed to throw some content in there.
Yeah, pull out the Impact podcast so Greg's got more to edit.
Yeah, not just that. I just feel like we're just like, yeah, this is shit this week. This is good. This is shit.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
And it always seems to happen with these specials, but always happens. They've always got these specials are rubbish.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of them.
No.
Yeah, every special that they've had has been shit house.
Yeah, they need to just go back to doing. They need to kind of do what Impact NXT are doing. Just do 4 or 5 big cards a year. Bring back some of your famous names, bring back your Bound for Glory. Sorry, not Bound for Glory. Bring back your Lockdown. Do the cage match one. Do your Slammiversary. Do a couple of them, and then just at the end of each month have a bigger episode of Impact. Yeah. That's it. Don't need to go too much further, but that takes us into the final match of the night, which was the Impact title match between Johnny Impact and Killer Cross. Decent match. It was good, slow paced, but decent. I liked it.
Yeah, just as saying before, Killer Cross is not ready for this main event picture. He's not a main event wrestler at the moment. He needs a bit of a build. I'd say chuck the X Division title on him, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Just get him some momentum.
Yeah, because Killer Cross versus Cage would actually be a decent feud. I can see that. But yeah, he's not a main event guy. Every promotion that he's in, whether it's Lucha, AAA, and that, he's not a major player. He's a stable kind of guy that. But yeah, Johnny Impact just continues to look strong. They're really trying to nail the fan favorite side of Impact, aren't they? They're of Johnny. I don't know. Is he the right face? He's good, and he's got the history, and he's got a fan base behind him. But I don't know if he's the guy. I don't know.
I've said this the last few weeks.
Yeah.
I just
there's something missing there.
There's just something about Impact, Johnny Impact, that's missing from making him that main event player.
Yeah, nothing against him. He's very entertaining. He's very good at what he does. But there's just that one thing missing. And I don't know. I don't know who else. Penta is the main superstar to build around. Build your company around Penta. He is literally the Lucha version of Kenny Omega right now. He's literally the best Lucha guy in the world, hands down. Even better than current version of Ray. So build around him. I don't understand why they're not building around him, but
no idea why. He was Impact champion for a while.
Yeah,
and then Austin Aries came in and beat him.
He should be on the front poster of every card right now. Do what you can to keep him around, because there's going to be a day, and I don't want to see it happen, but there's going to be a day where he does end up in WWE. And
yeah, of course. It's not if, but when.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, mate, that was this week's Impact Cast. You
Very short one.
got any other final
Very
thoughts? Any final?
Not impact wise, but just a few Aussie promotions. Like a big Aussie show actually next month that we're all going to, which will be good.
Yes, absolutely.
PWA.
You going to World Series Wrestling?
No, I didn't get tickets, and it's sold out now. So
hopefully they release some more because they just announced that Bandito's going 1-on-1 with Mick Moretti.
With Moretti.
Yeah, well, Bandito's got Brian Cage in Perth for the X Division title.
Okay, so the Sydney one.
Yeah, in Sydney they got Moretti versus Cage, Moretti versus Bandito, which would be
cool. So
yeah,
but yeah, next month will be my first PWA event. So
really,
yeah.
Well, it's going to be a special one. It's pretty much a end of year party style. We don't know official details about any pre-show sort of stuff like that, but we are looking into doing some fun stuff with that. But we'll touch on that more on the Aussie cast. I guess Greg will touch on that more and more as we go along. But yeah, look, ladies and gentlemen, that is another week of Impact Zone done and dusted. I'm not 100% sure if Greg Unchained will be back next week, but we'll wrap it up here. And thank you for joining us this week. Of course, you can find myself, Regular J, and the B Plus on all the socials. Jay, where can people find you?
Just on Twitter at the Regular. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can
follow me because I've got no followers.
We need to get famous. Come on, people. No. And you can find me at BigBoy_Mikey at Mikey86 on Twitter and Instagram. Follow me because I need followers. And you can find the B Plus on Instagram, Facebook at the B Plus Wrestling, and on Twitter at the B Plus Wrestle because wrestling wouldn't fit. You can find this podcast and many others across multiple platforms like Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Podbean, all that. Just please give us a like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for joining us. Bye.
Hold one! Arm drag! You're not good at this. Get out. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon. Yeah. You just made the list. Oh my God!
So, no speak English.
Dummy! Yeah.
Goodbye and good night.
Hold two! Arm bar!
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
It's still real to me, damn it! Dummy! Yeah. Hold three! The moss covered!